Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is about marriage to a woman from the Philippines, like me, or anyone else. And I've been married since 2015. I like to have relationship videos that can help you after you're married or before when you're looking for somebody to choose. This one today is about signs that your partner is slipping away. So, for example, you're dating somebody online, and maybe you've met them, maybe you haven't, but you're spending substantial time online, and things start off great. Then kind of you feel like maybe something has changed, and you don't know if it's just one of those things that's going to get better, or if maybe you need to start reevaluating that relationship. So please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. Leave a comment here. This is going to be about signs to look for that your relationship is kind of coming undone. One, I guess, and this, by the way, is from Psychology Today, Jeffrey Bernstein. Now, the first one they list here is apathy, which he calls loss of interest. And they say that apathy is one of the most telling signs that a partner is emotionally distancing themselves. This indifference can manifest in various ways, such as a lack of enthusiasm for activities you once enjoyed together, excuse me, or an absence of concern about things that used to matter. When a partner stops caring about the small details of your life, how your day went, your thoughts, your feelings, it's a red flag. Now, I'll interject here, that sort of thing that you're talking about, hopefully, online. We talk for like 4 hours a day, half of that before work, half of that after work. Excuse me. I cough a lot because I've got this deal in my, a nerve in my throat, and I just can't help it. So if you, for example, you find out that, well, we haven't talked about everything yet, but she doesn't seem to want to engage in conversation anymore, or she used to ask me how my day was, or my parents are, my relatives, or my job, and now she doesn't. And I wonder why that is. Am I getting boring? Have I said everything that there is to say? But your thinking, your thoughts, your feelings, if there's a lack of, or a loss or a decline of interest in that sort of thing, you're probably going to know, because you're going to hang up your video chat, and you're going to say, well, there we go again. I just don't feel as good about this as I used to. I wonder why. Maybe it's because we're talking too much. Probably not. A lot of people do spend hours a day talking with their woman from overseas. And they say apathy can also show up in the way your partner responds to conflict, where once there may have been passionate discussions or even arguments, there's now a sense of detachment. They may no longer feel compelled to resolve issues, preferring to let things slide without resolution. This can create a growing emotional gap as unresolved conflicts pile up, leading to isolation. So this is me talking. If you sense any of this, don't be afraid to talk about it. It might save you, from marrying the wrong person. Or it may clarify what they may have something on their mind that they haven't told you yet. Maybe it's a serious health problem to them, or a family issue. So make sure that you don't move on without talking about why you're seeing these signs. Another one is distance, physical and emotional withdrawal. Now, they're talking about things like fewer hugs, kisses, moments of physical closeness. That would affect or come into play if you're actually together, like if you're married and things are changing, then you really do need to look into why. And they say that emotional distance is often harder to pinpoint than physical distance. You might notice that your partner is less engaged in conversations, offering monosyllabic responses, or not initiating dialogue, like yes, no, maybe, don't know, could be. If you're hearing that and you're not used to hearing that, to me that sounds like they just don't want to go there, and it's not important enough to them to continue along that line. Another one is a good one. 3, increased irritability. Irritability. When small things become big issues. Another sign that your partner might be slipping away, according to the article, is a noticeable increase in irritability. This often happens when underlying frustrations are not addressed, magnifying small annoyances. What once would have been a minor inconvenience can now trigger a disproportionate response. And this irritability could manifest itself in snappy moments, shorter temper, tendency to pick fights over trivial matters. It's as if your partner is looking for reasons to create distance or is struggling with internal conflicts they're just not sharing. And this shift in behavior can create a tense atmosphere where every interaction feels like walking on eggshells. Has your relationship with Filipina ever kind of deteriorated in any one of these ways? Feel free to leave a comment here if you've ran into some apathy, loss of interest, distance, physical or emotional withdrawal, or increased irritability. And the last one here I'll talk about in the article is lack of future planning, when tomorrow stops mattering. Well, that's a big one. As you progress in your relationship, if you've had plans and optimism about what you're going to do, how things are going to be, let me turn this off, and it just kind of stops, well, that's an important sign. A healthy relationship often involves planning for the future. I know ours did. Whether a weekend getaway or major purchase like a house or coming over to your country and going through the visa process, when your partner stops engaging in these conversations, it can be a sign that they're no longer invested in the relationship's long-term potential. I guess that's why they're just not talking about it now. Someone's